Hello everyone watching my recording, because I just started. We don't have our first live viewer yet. That's why I like to start at the 2-minute mark. In case you're wondering, I'm balancing this between my legs so that I'd be hands-free. Don't have my tripod with me. I'm starting in 1 minute and 36 seconds. 1 minute and 36 seconds. So if you are watching the recording, you can just scroll right to the 2-minute mark. Not too shabby, hey? Cool, our first viewers. We got another 1 minute and 20 to go. When you're watching the recording, you can just go right to the 2-minute mark, because that's where I'm starting. Hey Tammy, hey Karen, hey everyone else. Cool, more. Got 1 minute and 5 seconds until we get started. It's gonna be all about luck and stuff. Sup, Cabrina? Glad y'all here. Hi, Mariah. Oh yeah, I was thinking about doing a poll, if you will. A picture of my scruffy face versus not scruffy, seeing who likes what more, I don't know. Not that that would persuade me. I'm still gonna shave, just not today. We got about 40 seconds left until we start. Feel free to share this in the interim, or the outer room. Hey Sherry, nice to see you. Start again, another 20 seconds. You never seen hair in that spot before. Are you talking about all of this here? Look, I'm hands-free. Hi Danielle, nice to see you. Kind of like the scruffy look. Yeah, it's not too bad. Another 5 seconds, hands-free, balancing you between my legs. I could go somewhere with that, but I'm not going to. Okay. Hi, Karen. I was talking about luck. Okay, cool. So, all right, let's get started then. Luck. So you aren't lucky. I'm not lucky. We know we are not lucky. We know we don't have luck on our side, because we gotta work freaking hard for the things that we have. And sometimes we have to go through hell or high water, and we just don't seem to catch a break, right? So that's one way we know that you and I are not very lucky. But I have to say, given where I'm at today, there's a lot of well-intended people, I have to say well-intended people, who will say that I'm very lucky. I hear it a lot. Tom, you're so lucky. You're lucky, Tom. You're just so lucky. And they mean well, so I don't mean any disrespect to them. But let me tell you, when I first started solving these problems that got me to where I'm at today, that's causing a lot of people to say that I'm lucky. The place that I was at when I started this journey, back in the year of 2006, I found myself without a job because it was offshore to India. No fault of my own. Just, it's a lot cheaper to pay people in India than in the United States. So my job was gone as a result of that. What's lucky about that? Nothing. So that was all of my income. Unemployment ran out. I had no help from the government whatsoever, no food stamps, no nothing. I had an income of 0 and no help for any part of my life from the government. Health-wise, my health was going to hell in a handbasket. I was winded going up a single flight of stairs. At 30 years old I was back then. A flight of steps would wind me. How pathetic and sad.
Oh,
Hi.
Sorry.
It's okay. We're live. So how pathetic and sad is that? And this is a live video. There's an electrician going by. It's okay. So, yeah, 30 years old. By now I'd be on statins, I'm sure, for cholesterol and blood pressure medication, because that was 10 years ago. Or I'm 39 now, so that was 9 years ago. So what's lucky about that? Academically, when I was in school all the way through 12th grade, all of grade school, I was a straight C- student. Maybe a D. So I was pretty stupid academically. My entire life, I'd never been successful at anything that was really incredibly meaningful. Never done it. Just didn't happen. So what was lucky about having no income, no job, health going to hell in a handbasket, and all these other problems? I didn't even have a home of my own. What is so lucky about not having a home of my own? Is there anything lucky about any of those things? I know people that say I'm lucky, they mean well. I know it's well intended, so no disrespect to any of you watching this that has called me lucky. But what is lucky about any of those things? Not a damn thing. Nothing. The only stroke of luck I think that all of us have is that We're born in a country where there's opportunities available to us. It's up to us if we want to take them. But I mean, that's lucky because we don't control where we're born, right? We just don't. But otherwise, what was lucky about my scenario? Nothing, except that I live in the United States. That's the only stroke of luck that I had. That's it. That's it. So what did I do? What did I do to create my quote-unquote luck? Well, I think, depending on how you look at it, luck is absolutely going to happen. You're going to have a breakthrough. So maybe luck needs to be redefined, and maybe the word luck needs to be swapped out with having a breakthrough. So how do you get your breakthrough? You get started on whatever is important to you, and you see it through. You never give up. When the going gets tough, it's just more shit to figure out. When the going gets tough, most people quit on everything, and how one person does one thing is generally how that person does everything. If you find somebody who quits on one thing, odds are they're quitting on everything else too. They don't see anything through. Therefore, they never have their luck. They never have their breakthrough. They rob themselves off. They fuck themselves over before anybody else could because they quit. And one thing about quitters is that they can never just quit and leave it at that. They always do the mental gymnastics to come up with the perfect rationale behind their decision to quit so that they can live with themselves. And all of you know that's true. We've all done it. I've done it. We've all had that moment where we do that. But most people perpetually do that all the time. And they wonder why they never have their moment of luck, why they never get their break or experience their breakthrough. They wonder why they don't see anything through. It's eminent that you're going to have your lucky breakthrough if you do something for a long enough period of time, and you're also committed to the betterment of yourself, growing yourself from the inside. Later, you are 360% better. That's more than 3.5 times better than you were 1 year ago. And that's as digestible as it gets at 1% a day. I mean, I'm telling you, all you have to do is commit to never giving up, developing yourself from the inside. And you will always emerge at some point in the future where you found your stroke of luck or you had your breakthrough. And it's as simple as that. But most people quit before they can. And everybody who's a quitter has to come up with the rationale behind their decision to quit so they can live with themselves. And we know deep down that really doesn't work anyway. So it's a stupid, futile effort that just really chips away at our self-esteem until we're into massive depression over it. And that ain't cool either. So that's my talk. So what did I do specifically back in, you just heard me say 2006 was when I experienced all those things, right? Well, it was 2007, so approximately a little over a year later. The girl that I was dating at the time in 2007, she got involved. She signed up for an online home business thing having to do with health and fitness and exercise and this and that. And I said no for a while because she invited me. Why wouldn't she, right? But I said no. But after a few months had passed and I was witnessing what she was doing with this home business of hers that she got into, she was getting really healthy. She lost 40 pounds, I think it was 40 pounds, and the product, just by using the product of this deal. And she came off of all of her medications, and the product was supporting her and doing all those things. And she started developing really nice extra income. And this is while she was holding down a full-time job plus some part-time jobs that she had. So you can imagine she did not have a lot of time to work with, right? But it didn't matter. She got super healthy physically, emotionally, and financially. Her paychecks, they were getting really, really nice. So after a few months of witnessing that, I just said, I really need that. I don't even have a job. I have no income. I have no help. I don't even have a house of my own. So I got in and got my ass to work. And I didn't hardly had any time. I think I had like 20 minutes or so a day, but that's all I needed. I started learning new things. I never gave up. And that's the key to finding your stroke of luck, right? You just never freaking give up. First you get started, right? Anybody can get started. But who's going to see something through? Very few people. And that's the way people live their lives with every decision that they make. So I got in, I got started. It only took me 90 days to fix my health. I went from struggling to go up a single flight of stairs without being winded to climbing the Sears Tower in Chicago. 103 flights of stairs. One flight of stairs to 103 flights of stairs. I did that in a 90-day program 90 days it took me to get super healthy. That was incredible. So I think I staved off ever needing to be on medications, right? That's important. And then as far as the money side, because you just heard me say my job was gone and went to... Okay, we're back. Apparently I lost my connection for a little bit. But anyway, you guys heard me just say that I had no income and no help coming from anywhere, and I didn't even have a house of my own. So financially, it took me 2.5 years. 2 of these plus a half of one of these, 2.5 years. And I got to this place and I was able to call off the job search. Pretty cool. And I went from not having a house or anything of my own to buying a house in cash. I was only 32 years old when that happened. It took me 2.5 years to go from no income, no job, no help, no home of my own, to calling the job search off permanently, buying a house in cash. I corrected my health. Did all those things inside of 2.5 years. And I did it in very few minutes of spare time each and every day. And I never gave up. So my breakthrough was imminent because I never gave up. When the going got tough, I focused on the betterment of myself. I learned new skills, and I learned to be faithful with whatever resources I already had, which wasn't much. And that was it. I never gave up. So 2.5 years it took. That's the speed of light compared to most people. Most people never own their home. The bank does. That never have. Imagine having no rent and no mortgage to pay, and you got a really nice, clean place to live that you love living in. That's my situation. It took me 2.5 years to accomplish that, starting at ground zero, really. I mean, if you are making minimum wage, then you're starting at a higher place than I was, just so you know. If you're making minimum wage, you're starting at a higher place than me. If you were doing better than a straight D or a straight C- student in school, you're starting at a place of more academic intelligence than me. But I did it. So I always say, and it's so true, if I did it, you know how it goes. If I did it, anybody can do it. I think I embody that pretty well. So there you have it. And that's my take on luck. You do something long enough, committed to the focus of the betterment of yourself every day, and it's imminent. Your stroke of luck, your breakthrough is coming at some point in the future. It's a mystery as to when. We don't know when. We just know it's imminent. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Unless you quit, then you sort of fuck yourself over before anybody else ever could. And that's the honest to God truth. So that's all I wanted to say. I'll give you my website, and then you can ask me questions and voice opinions, and if you want to brainstorm or kick an idea with me on this thing, go for it. My website is fireyourboss.xyz. Not .com, it's a .xyz. Fireyourboss.xyz. So I'm going to scroll up and read, and feel free to comment below, my friends. I'll get to that. Let's see here. What am I discussing today? Well, I guess now you know, because I just did it. Thanks for the support, everyone. I don't put all my eggs in one basket. I don't get my hopes up, because then that would be premeditated resentment. Yeah, it certainly can be, Cabrina. It seems to be. I heard somebody say, I think it was Ray Higdon, he said, trade your expectation for gratitude. Therefore, I'm paraphrasing how he said it, trade your expectations in for gratitude. Therefore, you won't be emotionally attached to things that could be really unhealthy, that could emotionally exhaust you. And that makes sense to me. I don't remember how he worded it so much better than me, but the bottom line, he said, was swap out any expectations you have for just gratitude, and that'll give you the emotional strength and endurance that you need to see anything through. Kit Kat, I know you're still mad. What can I say? I'm not perfect. I did let you down that day, and I'm so sorry. And now everybody knows it. I wonder if this thing is still working, because it did disconnect, but it says I'm back. However, nothing is happening. Even the view count isn't changing. So I think I'm going to go ahead and finish this now, because I think this thing is having some problems. It's too bad we couldn't hang out. Yay technology. But yay technology, I can do a live feed. And I think it just started working again. Cool. So I'll stay on for another moment. Cabrina, why the frown? Why are you sad? Rich, I own my own company but don't want to shut that down, but there has to be a better way. Inbox me with more info when you are done here. I remember you when you first started your 90. We met. Oh yeah. Oh my God. I totally remember that, Rich. I totally remember that. And I don't remember knowing you for that long, but if that's true, my God, that goes back over 9 years, man. Over 9 years. Hi, Lisa Bryan. Hi, Audrey. Hi, everybody else that's in here. Cabrina, thank you. Okay, so your frown is upside down, so you must have heard me talking. I'm curious to preview this, actually, because I wonder if it just cut off a big part of my talk because the connection was so bad. And Rich, yeah, I'll message you, no problem. It's working. Yeah, it is now. I'm wondering though if it cut off a big section of this. I'll go back and listen later. Okay, I'm gonna give you just a couple more seconds if anybody else has anything else to say. I might even do this one over depending on how badly this thing got chopped up by the really bad signal. I don't know, we'll see. Love the XYZ. Me too, Audrey. I'll say it again then. Fireyourboss.xyz. Fireyourboss.xyz. Not .com. That's different. I don't even own that one. That's somebody else. Mine is .xyz. Fireyourboss.xyz. So I am all about... It's right there on my Facebook page, depending on when you look at it. If you look at it now, I forget where it's at. Somewhere in the left column it says, I heart people who have the guts to be themselves, to laugh, and to make lots of money spreading health. Someone send that to the pharmaceutical industry, please. I heart people who have the guts to be themselves, to laugh, and make tons of money spreading health. If we had a health care industry that acted more like a health care industry and less like a sick care industry, then we would reverse chronic disease overnight. We really would. If more people jumped on board with making more money by spreading health, we would reverse chronic debt and chronic disease at the same time. And we get those two problems solved by default. Every other aspect of our lives, individually, our country, our culture, everything is exponentially better. And the only people that could possibly piss off are the pharmaceutical leadership. And you know, I think that might be it. There could be a domino effect, but it would certainly be them. Hi, Tammy. All right, so I'm going to end this now. Take care, everyone. Feel free to share this, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.